Hey ladies, I'm back again with another tutorial, and this time we're going to do the Hunger Games. I wanted to do the Girl on Fire makeup, kind of my own rendition, my own twist. I love a smoky eye. I love the colors of flames, the reds, the oranges. Even at my wedding, the colors in the flowers were deep red roses and orange lilies. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the eyes first because it's going to be super smoky. And I'm using mostly everything from Coastal Scents as far as shadow is concerned and blush. The only thing that I'm not using is that is from MAC is Gold Mine. I need something that's just pure metallic gold for that amazing burst of color. But I'm using the 88 matte palette. I'll be using this deep red down here for some of my cheeks, the Gold Mine for on top, the black for on top of my eye, Gold Mine for inside a little bit. And I'm using Coastal Scents lip stuff, Coastal Scents contouring. We're just going to go all Coastal Scents today as far as that's concerned. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to do my eyes first, so I'm going to use my Urban Decay Primer Potion. I'm gonna get that on the back of my hand. And put that all over. Now I'm going to take a flat shader brush. I'm going to use my Maxine's mop, dip it in that black, and push that into the cream. I'm flipping my brush over to the other side and just softening the inside line. Now taking that Gold Mine and another, well actually I could probably just use the same brush, just wipe it off on your hand till all that really comes off is nothing. That into the Gold Mine, and not only do the inner corner, but get right here as well. I'm going to be using my Sigma E40. It's a clean one. And I'm going to just be blending that outer line. It's very important to use a clean brush when blending, or else you will just deposit color everywhere, and that is no good, especially when it's black. Don't worry if it gets below a little bit, especially since we'll be using foundation and concealer to kind of clean that up. So that brought it up a little bit. Now I'm going to be using a 217 brush, or you can use your E25 from Sigma. I'll be going into this first line, and I'll be using this yellowish eyeshadow color right here. It's the third one down. This I will be pushing right up into the underneath of my brow bone, or the underneath my brow, excuse me. All right, to marry those two colors together, I'm going to use a lighter brown on the opposite side of your 88 palette. I'm going to use that brown right there, and that's just going to be a windshield wiper motion in between those two colors. All right, now take a makeup wipe and just go underneath, especially for any of that fallout. And now let's do our foundation. I'm going to be using a mixture of two foundations. I'm going to go into my handy dandy Mud Cosmetics bag, and this houses most of my foundations, not all of them, but the ones that I typically use the most. And like I said, I'm going to put two colors together, and I'm going to be using the Classic 10 N7 from L'Oreal True Match, and then Nude Beige, which is W3. I'm going to put that in my palette to mix them, and then I'll be right back. I ordered some new brushes from Sigma since my 187 from MAC totally and completely died on me. I'm using it right now, but unfortunately, all of the little hairs keep coming out because it actually came out of the brush. And they say when this is double clamped right here on the brush that it's supposed to be quality and amazing and it'll never come up. Yeah. Then I'll use my Dermacolor concealer. Especially for tiny little blemishes, I love using the craft store brushes. This one's tiny. Number 2, Laura Cornell 7450 Chisel Blender. But I love getting a little tiny bit and being able to spot treat so well because of such a little brush. And then just warm that product up with your finger and it will blend flawlessly. Powdering just in the T-zone because I'll be using powder products on my cheeks. So just set what you've done. Now I'm going to put on some lashes, and these ones are the Ardell Glamour ones, but this is what they look like. They're a little bit different than the ones that I normally use, but I thought that this required a little bit more flair, so go ahead and put on your thick lashes and we'll be right back. Now here comes the fun part, adding color. I'm first going to start with my Urban Decay bronzer, which is Toasted. It's the baked bronzer. I love it. And I'm just going to use this as a slight contour. Up into my hairline a little bit. Down on my jaw. Now with a smaller brush, I'm going to use a very small blush brush. This is a super, super cheap one that I got a while ago, but I'm going to use that red right down here in the Coastal Scents, using the very tip of the bristles and kind of going like this all over so you get everything on here. Blowing on it a little bit. Getting a little bit of a dusting of red right here, high up, making those beautiful high cheekbones. And blending very well while staying in that same spot, like that, and just do that to the other side. This is where our girl on fire kind of gets to be on fire. So I'm staying above that hollow that I would normally sculpt out with my bronzer. Just staying a little bit above that. Now with a clean, this is the MAC 224, I'm going to go into Goldmine and go above that red right here. This not only gives you an amazing shimmer, but it gives you those flickers almost of the fire. And the reason we're using a smaller brush for this is because we want to be kind of more exact in our placement. And just blend ever so slightly into that red, but really try to stay on top of it. And I'm going up here as well, just a little bit. Kind of that C curve of your eye, follow that. Okay, now I want a bright pop of yellow to go in the very, very inner corner of my eye. So I'm going to take a pencil brush, the 219 from MAC, and literally taking like a super bright gold and making a pop on the inner corner. Just right there. We're We're trying to use all the colors of fire while still making them blend and look amazing. Now I'm super excited to get to our lips. I'm going to lightly line my lips with this. It's just a basic red. I got this back in Russia, so I've had it for quite a few years. Lightly, 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 I'm going to trace out my lips. And fill in ever so softly. For more of a pout, I like to leave this center a little bit more open. And then I'm going to take my Bend My Lip brush and I'm going to go into my Coastal Scent 66 lip palette, and I'm going to be using this one way over here. So third from the left and 1, 2, 3, 4 down, that one right there. And it has that orangey red must-have perfect punch lip color. I'm sorry, I'm using the fourth one from the left. Fourth in. And for me, using super bright, bold colors, it's really, really fun, but I like to deepen that up ever so slightly. And so I'm going to go to my MAC lip palette. And I just choose any real deep maroon because I'm just, So I'll probably use this one on the end. I'll have to find the color name for you though, because it's written in my little book. All right, we are almost done. Underneath my eye, I want to take my Baby Maxine's mop. Just grab some of that black and go and sweep it straight across. And then do some mascara below. For an extra dramatic effect, you can definitely go on the inside and do white or black. I'm probably going to put a little bit of white in there. I try not to touch my lashes with this though, because it'll make the lashes a little bit white, so I try to stay as close to the part that touches the eye. And then I do a coat of mascara on the bottom lashes. You know, I'm loving what that yellow looks like on the inner corner of my eye. And so I'm just going to take a touch of that yellow and even add that to the gold out here. Now, obviously, this is not what Katniss does for her look. This is more of thinking about Girl on Fire and the inspiration for those warm, summer, heated colors. So there we are. Let me see if I can get the light to shine on my face a little bit better. You can see the red right here and the gold being caught in the light. And we have our dark, smoky eye. And then our fun red lip. So I hope that you guys liked that and that you'll try it. If you haven't seen The Hunger Games, go out and see it. It's so amazing. Tell me what you think. And maybe put in some more requests on the blog or here on YouTube to let me know what other looks you might want to see. So I will talk to you guys later and have a fabulous day.